Gwinnett County parents are outraged tonight over third grade math homework. It referenced slaves picking fruit and violence. Channel 2's Carrie Kavanaugh is live in Gwinnett County with why one father says the assignment forced him to have a difficult conversation with his son. Carrie.
Monica, those parents contacted us after they read this controversial assignment. They say they were shocked to see math problems talking about slavery and beatings. They tell me they want to know exactly what the teachers here at Beaver Ridge Elementary School were thinking when they wrote them.
I had to explain to him why Daddy was upset because of the words that were used in that problem.
The problem appeared on a third grader's math assignment. Terrence Barnett was outraged when he read his son's homework. One problem said each tree had 56 oranges. If 8 slaves picked them equally, then how much would each slave pick? Then there was another. If Frederick got 2 beatings per day, how many beatings did he get in 1 week?
I'm having to explain to my 8-year-old why slavery or slave or beatings isn't a math problem. So, and that hurts.
Dad Christopher Braxton had the same reaction.
It kind of blew me away. Frederick, if anyone got any beatings, you don't put that into the homework of any source.
Both fathers contacted the principal at Beaver Ridge Elementary School in Norcross. Then they called us. They wanted to know how these questions ended up on a child's homework. I brought that question to Gwinnett School District officials.
In this one, the teachers were trying to do a cross-curricular activity.
Spokesperson Sloan Roach says the third grade teachers were attempting to cross curriculums, adding some social studies lessons into math problems. But the problem with these questions, there's no historical context.
We understand that there are concerns about these questions, and we agree that these questions were not appropriate.
Whoever put together this paperwork and everything else, the schools and everything, shouldn't teach it this way.
The parents tell me that the principal here is collecting the assignments to shred them so they wouldn't be distributed any longer. Moving forward, they say they're going to work with the teachers to develop more appropriate questions, and they'll say they'll do a better job of reviewing them before they go home with students. We're live tonight in Gwinnett County. Carrie Kavanaugh, Channel 2 Action News.
About controversial math homework that included references to slavery and beatings. Gwinnett County Schools says it has launched a full human resources investigation into all of the teachers involved. Channel 2's Carrie Kavanaugh is live in Gwinnett County, where some parents also want an apology. Carrie?
And Craig, since we first reported on these controversial math questions on Friday, they have received a lot of national attention. Today, the NAACP of Georgia is asking that the teacher who wrote these be fired. But today we also learned that one teacher wrote them. All 9 teachers here, third grade teachers at Beaver Ridge Elementary School, saw these questions before they were handed out to students.
I think I'm still in shock every day.
Nicole Thompson still has a lot of questions about her 8-year-old son's math homework. A word problem asked how many oranges would each slave pick. And another, Frederick was picking cotton. Students were even asked to calculate how many beatings Frederick would get in a week.
Who would think of such questions to ask third grade children?
On Friday, the Gwinnett County School District said the teacher was trying to reinforce social studies lessons through math, but agreed these questions were inappropriate.
I definitely want an apology. I want them to acknowledge that not only was this, bad judgment on their behalf, but we need to do better.
The parents say they're also concerned because while their child brought this home as homework, other students did this assignment here in the classroom. They say they want a notice going home notifying all parents about what happened.
The principal also is handling concerns of parents as he meets and talks to parents.
District spokesperson Sloan Roach says all 9 third grade teachers saw these questions but handed them out anyway. So today they launched a full HR investigation.
We're looking at what human resources action we may be taking. So I do believe that is a hard stance in terms of trying to find out really what does this situation warrant.
One of them had to question that and say, hey, look, we can't do this. We cannot let this go out. Let's make better questions.
At this point, Gwinnett County Schools is not releasing the name of the teacher who wrote these questions. The district insists this is an isolated incident that they do not believe was racially motivated. We'll continue to follow this story. Live in Gwinnett County, Carrie Kavanaugh, Channel.
There are new developments in the story about controversial math homework that used slavery references. Today, Channel 2 Action News learned one Gwinnett County teacher has resigned. Channel 2's Carrie Kavanaugh is in Norcross, where some parents still are not satisfied.
Since we first reported this story, we've been checking back constantly with the Gwinnett County School District for an update. Today, a spokesperson sent me an email saying one teacher had resigned and the case was closed. They were not going to release any more information, and that leaves parents with a lot of questions.
The action does fall short of it.
Christopher Braxton was one of the first parents to contact us after reading his son's math homework. The word problems asked questions like how many oranges would each slave pick? In another, Frederick was picking cotton. In one, students were even asked to calculate how many beatings Frederick would get in a week. Today, Channel 2 Action News learned one teacher has resigned following a week-long human resources investigation. A Gwinnett School District spokesperson said one teacher wrote those questions trying to incorporate history lessons into the math. A total of 4 teachers sent them home with students.
If you're caught up in a bank robbery and you have 3 other people with you or whatever, you're all going to go down.
Braxton's son is a 3rd grader at Beaver Ridge Elementary School in Norcross. He tells me he was happy when the district launched an investigation, but today he still has a lot of questions.
What about the situation? How can we resolve it? How can this never happen again?
Braxton says at a minimum, he would like the remaining teachers to receive additional training. Father Tony Baronato tells me he would like to see counseling provided for the students.
There was a message in there, and I didn't like it, you know what I mean? And it hurt a lot of these kids around here.
Oh, the fight's not over. We're just beginning.
The district will not be releasing the name of the teacher or the role that teacher played in this homework assignment. It's not just parents that are still upset. Members of the NAACP and other civil rights organizations say they still want more action, and they plan on attending the school board meeting tomorrow night. In Gwinnett County, Carrie Cavanagh.
The Gwinnett teacher who resigned after writing the now infamous slavery math problems got glowing reviews throughout his career. Channel 2's Carrie Cavanagh is live in Norcross, where she spent the afternoon combing through his personnel file. Carrie.
Jovita, we obtained that personnel file through an open records request. In it is also the investigation report. In that, this teacher, now former teacher, Luis Rivera, accepts responsibility for the questions that he wrote. But the investigation also reveals an entire breakdown in the system. I cannot undo what has been done. I apologize for any negative feelings I have brought to my family, my colleagues, my school, and my district. Former 3rd grade teacher Luis Rivera wrote those words to school officials at Beaver Ridge Elementary in Norcross. That statement, part of his personnel file, Channel 2 Action News obtained with an open records request. Rivera is the teacher who wrote these controversial math word problems, referring to slaves picking cotton and oranges and getting beatings. Rivera explained he was trying to incorporate history lessons about former slave turned abolitionist Frederick Douglass. He said, quote, as a minority myself, I understand the trials and tribulations associated with being a minority. There was no intent to harm or offend. I read through the entire personnel file and found past teacher evaluations dating back to his first year, 2008. All of them were positive, and one whose superior praised him for serving on the Black History Committee. About a week into the homework investigation, Rivera submitted his resignation. He took the fall, but the investigation reveals, quote, the assignment was not reviewed by any teacher before or after distribution. Rivera ended his statement with this, quote, I have brought shame to my family and my school. For that, I cannot apologize enough. 3 other teachers handed out that math homework assignment. We found 3 letters of reprimand for each of them, but they will remain on the job. Meanwhile, the NAACP is calling for all the teachers involved in this be fired. In Gwinnett County, Carrie